anointed or Christ. And the Jews are still waiting for the Messiah because they think of him as the true leader that was sent by God through their line or their lineage. And they think of him as the one that will help draw people close to God.
The Messiah would be Jesus.
That is correct. You're right. But the Jews don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah.
So how can we show that people that Jesus is the Messiah?
That's a good question. We can take people to the Bible, actually, and we can show them that there are clues in the form of prophecies that help us direct that Jesus is the Messiah. Do you know what a prophecy is, though, Natalie?
I think so. Isn't it a message that tells of something that will happen in the future?
That's right, too. It's excellent. So we're going to look into the Bible to look at some prophecies and a fulfillment showing that Jesus is the Messiah. Let's turn to the beginning of the introduction part. Let's look at page 15. And this is just 3 of many prophecies that are fulfilled in the Bible that lead towards Jesus being the Messiah. Can you read that first one from me? That's taken from Psalms 34:20.
He has guarded all his bones, not one of them has been broken.
Good. And the fulfillment of that is at John 19:33. It says, on coming to Jesus, they saw that he was already dead, so they did not break his legs. Now that's an interesting thought, Natalie, because back then, the soldiers it was a custom for them to break the legs of the one that was on the torture stake to quicken the death process. But this was not done in Jesus. So this shows that one of the fulfillments that points to him being the Messiah. Can you read that next one? That's from Isaiah 53:5.
Is pierced for our transgression.
Very good. And then the fulfillment of that is at John 19:34. It says, one of the soldiers stabbed his side with a spear, and immediately blood and water came out. Now this was interesting because it was also a fulfillment of this prophecy that this is what happened to Jesus. And they more probably stabbed his side because they didn't break his legs, but they wanted to make sure that he was dead. And that's when the blood and water came out, thus fulfilling that prophecy that you read there. All right, can you go ahead and read that last one, taken from Zechariah 11:12 and 14.
They paid my wages 30 pieces of silver.
Excellent. And the fulfillment says, then one of the 12, the one called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and said, what will you give me to betray him? They stipulated to him 30 pieces of silver. So that, once again, the prophecy, the fulfillment, these were all things that were fulfilled in Jesus. Also, a side point, I remember reading about this 30 pieces of silver, Natalie. Now, this was the price that was paid for approximately for a slave. Now, this shows that the religious leaders, they placed very little value on Jesus. But, however, in doing this still fulfilled the prophecy that this was going to happen to Jesus. Now, do you think all these things could be fulfilled? Could Jesus control all those things and make them happen to himself? No, exactly. So, many of the prophecies that we went over, maybe you can share some of these to your classmates. And maybe since we've been doing invitation work, maybe you can give her one of those memorial invitations, and maybe she'll come so she can learn more prophecies and learn what Jesus is doing for us today. What do you think about that?
That sounds good.